Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to the channel. Let me turn the light on. And there we are. I just saw a beautiful side view of my face. We are back with Eastleigh. We've got Newcastle United. We are sitting 16th in the league. And bottom two teams in the league are Chelsea and Arsenal. Only in Football Manager could you have something so exciting like this. I will show you some transfers we've made. Actually, I don't think we've made any transfers since I last saw you. And get stuck into things. Before we do, of course, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more of this great stuff. But Newcastle today, who are higher up in the league in 10th, we have changed formation a bit. I say a bit completely. We've gone back to old school wing play. What we had in our very first season at Eastleigh. We've gone back to it because we've had a bit of a blip, really. We got the win against Stoke, the 2-1 win, but a loss followed to Southampton, and then a penalty win against Brentford in the Carabao Cup. A loss to Leeds, Norwich a draw, Swansea a loss on penalties in the Carabao Cup to Leicester, and then a loss to Villa caused a change. We then got a draw against Chelsea, 4-4. They are bottom of the league, but they're still Chelsea and they still have a lot of money. We also had Bradley Halford sent off. I mean, what game it was, 4 goals. Either team. We then lost at Burnley, but a win against Sheffield United and a draw against Leicester have kind of perked things up again a little bit. And it looks like we might be able to get something going with this kind of 4-4-2. Looking at the transfers, I don't think there was anything to note. I think it's all kind of the normal stuff that we're fully aware of. Yeah, nothing new there. The only new thing would be Amarildo, who's going to be joining us from Fluminense in January. He's on a free. He's coming in on a free. Looks pretty decent, so I'm very happy with that signing. Otherwise, let's just jump into the game. Let's get started. It would help if I was on the day of the game, wouldn't it? I'll be back in a sec. Okay, we're back at game day. Took a little minute, but we're back. So one thing to note is Pereira has been called up to the England squad, so that's very, very cool. 18 years old. Looking very, very tidy. We're obviously very happy with him. Hopefully he stays around at the club after getting that new contract in the summer. But like I say, 4-4-2 is the kind of formation we're going for now. Slight changes really to how it was when we were down in the National League, but hopefully it's going to work. We've got Pereira in goal, Condé at right back, and Rodic at left back. We then got Socelli and Abdul Rahman at the centre halves. Tom Lang is playing on the right hand side. He's only just become really natural at that. And Fon Williams on the left, with Hugo Anaya and Sletta in the middle. Garcia and Oza up top, who are top goal scorers so far this season. Oza's really stepped up his game after us kind of bringing in a few more strikers to give him a bit of a challenge. So that's very good. Hopefully he can continue to improve. I mean, his finishing isn't great for a striker, which is probably the only thing that I'm really concerned about. But otherwise, I'm pretty happy with how things are going. They've got a 4-3-3. Obviously, they've got a shed load of money, so they should be doing okay. We're obviously also not paying the most in the league. I think we're the only team under £1 million in wages at the moment. So we're expected to come bottom, as we saw at the beginning of the season. But we've got every chance. I mean, I think there's every opportunity for us to stay up and fight for our place. I think we'll be doing better than we did in the last season anyway. We were in the Premier League. How long this series lasts, if we get relegated again, I don't know, because it might be a case where we maybe go for one more season, see if we can get promoted and see how long we can stay up there and then go from there. If we do get relegated, but I'm still positive at the moment, so we're not going to think about that just yet, as we get a little bit unlucky there with a corner. I think that was a corner. I can't really remember. I wasn't really looking, I'll be honest. 20 minutes in, though. Not much has happened. We have had the one shot on target that there is in the game, which is good. We're still outside of the relegation zone, still with Chelsea, Watford and Leicester in there, and Arsenal just one space above us in the league. Stoke are fighting for European playoffs, which is kind of crazy. But throw-in here from Condé. Garcia is not able to quite get to that. Tom Lang back to Condé. He is going to retain the ball, plays it back to Sletta, out to Condé again, who's going to come down this right-hand side. Looks like he's taken on his man quite well. Got a bit of a yard. Found Carlos Garcia, who whips that ball in. Ozer is headed away by Zabani from Williams. Inside to Anaya, who looks for the overlap of Rodic, who's got there. He fires the ball across. Ozer is there, and there is the goal we wanted. Serkan Ozer with the goal. A fantastic little bit of a move there on this left-hand side. Rodic with the assist, fires it across the box. Ozer, as I mentioned, he's upped his game since we brought in a couple more strikers, fighting for his place, which is good to see. Anaya's ball through, found Rodic, he fired it across, and Ozer was able to get in front of the defender of Lewis, and that makes it 1-0. Fantastic start to the game, or first half an hour with a goal. Hopefully that continues as it jumps us up right up to 13th place, which I would be very happy for the season just to stop now, to be quite honest. So it's half time. We will jump straight into the second half. No waiting around here. I think one thing we will need to take a look at is wingers. If this formation does continue to do okay for us and we stick with it, just because we haven't really got any, it's a bit of a shame, really, because if it does work, which, that is last-ditch defending at its finest. Letter with the ball coming forward. I'll finish my point in a moment as we look to come forward here. Carlos Garcia looks for a ball over the top. Ozer is going to get to that. He's got a bit of work to do now. He's out on that far side, but Zabani does well and defends that brilliantly. Plays it back to the keeper to restart the attack for Newcastle. If we don't have... I kind of all funneled everyone into the midfield in the... when we had that 4-1-2-1-2 diamond kind of formation. So I think we do need to... I'm trying to develop a few players into wingers just for now. And then maybe in the summer, if we stay up and kind of see how the land lies effectively with that to see if it's worth bringing in some more, if we're going to just look to come straight back up. I said that as if we were relegated. We're not relegated yet. We're doing very well. We're beating Newcastle. I need to stop being so pessimistic about it. But it's a good tackle by Slater to win that. But Healy's got on the ball again and plays it into Barry. Yeah, we've got to kind of see and work how things go. I mean, we got lucky there. He was offside, but he also hit the post. So Pereira had it covered, obviously. He was very, very, very well positioned to cover that. Definitely wasn't lucky that it hit the post. But yeah, especially... frustrating when Von Williams and Lang aren't performing. We haven't really got anyone who can come on in those positions. So that's definitely something. I might look to try and bring someone in on loan in January just to fill in those gaps. But like I say, we'll have to see how it goes. We're only 11 games into the season, so we've got plenty of the season to go and plenty more to go wrong, basically. Saying that. So with 15-20 minutes to go, let's maybe look at switching things around. What can we look to do here? Ibrahim is one of the players that I'm looking to develop on that right-hand side, just because he's able to play right wing. He's very well-rounded, so I think he can play out there. So we'll bring him on out there just to give him a bit of a taste for it, maybe. As they look to come forward again, Harwood Bellis this time with a throw-in into Timber. Meneses on the right-hand side fires the ball across. Abdul Rahman does well to get in front of that and clear it. But the ball does come back to Harwood Bellis. Timber, again, looks for the overlap of Harwood Bellis, who fires that ball across, lifts it high. As it comes to the back post, Ramson's shot, but Pereira latches onto that, keeps that in his hands brilliantly. And that keeps us in the lead, the 1-0 lead, which would be a fantastic result. Let's mix things up again. Hugo Anaya will come off. We'll bring on Slezak in the middle there in that box-to-box role. And I think what we'll also do is bring Jaramillo on for Carlos Garcia. Do we swap those over? I think no, because the star rating went down, and that's how I judge if someone's good or not. Is star ratings. If you haven't noticed, that is the only reason why we're anywhere. Otherwise, I'm really bad at the game. 5 minutes to go now till full time. Can we hold on? Can we make this last? 20,000 in the stadium. It's good to see that we're packing the stadium out. That's for sure. As the game ticks on, we're nearly there. A couple minutes to go. And that should be a fantastic result against a Newcastle side that we all fully aware, have a shed load of money and have a decent team. They're not maybe doing as well as they'd hoped this season, sitting in 11th position, but we needed a win. We got the win. We're 3 games unbeaten now. So, I mean, that's a bit of form, you know. Juarez isn't happy with the loan spell because he would like to be playing more often. Let's talk to, come on. We agreed he'd play more. That's my fault. Okay. All right, then. I'll be watching closely. I'll promise you that. I'll be watching closely. But yeah, there you go. A great result. We've also got Watford up next, so hopefully that we can kind of continue that. Magoma is wanting more regular playing time. I don't know. Should I allow him to go? Because I don't want him to. Yeah. I think that's fair enough. If he wants to go, we can't hold him against his will. He's got us to the Premier League twice in performances and stuff. So there you go. But we will leave it there. We may look to come back around the January time later on, maybe even take on Chelsea. That might be quite an interesting one to jump back at. And then we get to the nitty-gritty end where we've got an awful run-in at the last 6 games of the season. We've got Liverpool, Everton, Tottenham, Man United, Arsenal and Man City. I mean, that could probably not get much worse. But there you go. We will leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And of course, I will catch you in the next one.